Well, again, happy feast day, everyone. First of all, as we celebrate All Saints' Day today and All Souls' Day tomorrow, I'd just like to encourage you. This is the perfect time of year then to be visiting the graves of our loved ones. Now, tomorrow's the ideal day for doing it, but just sometime in the next week or so, if you have the opportunity to visit with them and to clean up around the headstone a little bit and say a few prayers and just remember that they are actually celebrating this Mass with us even this evening. Let's try a little experiment tonight. Let's all take a moment to try and remember all of our loved ones who've died. And if it's easier for you to close your eyes to do that, feel free to do that. But call their names to mind. Family, friends, colleagues, neighbors. Try to picture their faces. If you had to estimate a number, well, how many people are you seeing in your mind's eye right now? Now imagine you can see not only your own people, but all of the people of the person sitting next to you in the pew right now too. Now imagine all the people that are being called to mind by everyone in this church right now at this very moment. That's a huge number of our loved ones that we've made present here in this church. And on some level, it feels good to think about them being right here and celebrating with us. Now try to remember, and try to imagine rather, every one of the saints and all the people who be remembered tonight and tomorrow by Catholics in every church and every country and every continent of the world. When we do that, it's easy to imagine that, quote, great multitude so immense that no one can count, mentioned by St. John in our first reading from the book of Revelation. What we just did, actually, though, is one of the most naturally human things to do, to remember, to remember. Each one of us in this church tonight has been shaped and formed and inspired by many other people into the wonderful and unique people that we each are. Each one of us has a number of people, great and small, canonized saints or not, to remember before God, a number of people for whom we each give thanks. Our gospel passage tonight then concludes with some very encouraging and hopeful words. Rejoice, Jesus says, and be glad, for your reward will be great in heaven. And of course, that's exactly what we all hope for and long for, isn't it? Life in heaven. And it's so helpful when we can look to the saints of the church and also to people that we've known personally to inspire us on our journey. Because honestly, I think we have to admit that some days the journey is a real struggle. It's a challenge. It's difficult. There are times that we worry that our own lives might be found a little wanting, days when heaven seems kind of out of our reach or a long ways away. But today, All Saints' Day, is one day when the church invites us to take kind of a broader view of things and to really see heaven as that great place which we will all one day call our home. Today is the day when we remember the countless holy men and women and children who are already there, praying for us, urging us onward. So let's go back to the beginning of my homily. And again, try to remember all of our own beloved deceased. Family, friends, colleagues, neighbors, classmates, all those people whose life and faith have inspired our own. Those folks will probably never enjoy their own canonization Mass at St. Peter's Square in Rome, or be given the official title of saint by the church. But you and I know that many of them deserve that title nonetheless. But that's the point of All Saints' Day, isn't it? To thank God for the example and the inspiration and the prayers of the saints, to be sure, but also all the quote-unquote saintly people that we've been blessed to know, that we've been blessed to love in our own lives. We hold all of them up to our Heavenly Father tonight with gratitude, with love, and with determination to follow where they've gone.